Good morning, my dear children. Welcome to science lecture. In previous lecture, we have started lesson number 5 towards green energy. Few parts of this lesson we have completed in previous lecture. The remaining one we will complete in this lecture. We have to start with the topic nuclear fission reaction. So let us begin with that topic. We have to learn about the nuclear fission. How does nuclear fission take place? Okay, students. When neutron is bombarded on atom of uranium, when the neutron is bombarded on the atom of uranium 235, it absorbs the neutron and converts into its isotope uranium 236. When this neutron is bombarded on the atom of uranium 235, this uranium 235 absorbs the neutron and converts into isotope and becomes uranium 236. The reaction I will show you on the next page. The uranium 236, being extremely unstable, converts into atoms of barium and krypton. ये जो यूरेनियम है वो अनस्टेबल हो जाता है, and when it becomes unstable it converts into atoms of barium and krypton through the process of fission, releasing 3 neutrons. In short, मैं आपको बताती हूँ, ये जो न्यूट्रॉन है जब बम्बार्ड होता है किस पे, यूरेनियम एटम पे, जो यूरेनियम 235 है, जब इस पे न्यूट्रॉन बम्बार्ड होता है तो यूरेनियम इसको एब्जॉर्व कर लेता है और किस में कन्वर्ट हो जाता है, यूरेनियम 236 पे. और जब ये आइसोटोप यूरेनियम 236 हो जाता है तो वो क्या हो जाता है, अनस्टेबल हो जाता है और ये बेरियम और क्रिप्टॉन में कन्वर्ट हो जाता है. कैसे? बाय द प्रोसेस ऑफ फ्यूजन, रिलीजिंग 3 न्यूट्रॉन्स एंड 200 मेगावोल्ट एनर्जी. It releases 3 neutrons and 200 megavolt energy. These 3 neutrons generated in this process cause fission of 3 other uranium 235 atom, releasing more energy. Okay, students. The neutrons released in this reaction release more energy through the fusion of more uranium nuclei. This process of fission of uranium 235 atom continues and is called as the chain reaction. This process is continued, so that's why it is called as chain reaction. In nuclear power plant, a controlled chain reaction, which chain reaction? A controlled chain reaction result in release of thermal energy, which is used for electric energy generation. I'll show you the reaction. This one is the nuclear fission or chain reaction. Here you can observe the neutron is bombarded on the atom of uranium 235. When this uranium absorbs the neutron and converts into the isotope of uranium 236. Okay, students. This uranium 236 become extremely unstable and converts into atoms of barium and krypton through the process of fission, releasing 3 neutrons. You can observe barium and krypton with 3 neutrons and 200 megavolt energy. Understood with this reaction? Okay. This one is the chain reaction. And this process, 3 न्यूट्रॉन्स जनरेटेड इन दिस प्रोसेस कॉज, जो भी न्यूट्रॉन्स इस प्रोसेस में हुए हैं वो वापस क्या करते हैं, फ्यूजन ऑफ अगेन 3 अदर यूरेनियम. तो ये कंटिन्यू होता रहता है. ओके स्टूडेंट्स, सो दिस वाज द न्यूक्लियर फ्यूजन और चैन रिएक्शन. नेक्स्ट इज स्कीमेटिक ऑफ न्यूक्लियर पावर प्लांट. आई विल शो यू द न्यूक्लियर पावर प्लांट. दिस वन इज द न्यूक्लियर पावर प्लांट. This is nuclear reactor, control pods, pump, boiler, pump. This is turbine, generator. here is warm water, this is condenser and cooling tower. Okay students, a nuclear power plant does not use fossil fuel like coal. This nuclear power plant does not use coal. Coal is fossil fuel, so they does not use fossil fuel like coal. Therefore, problems like air pollution do not arise. When this power plant is not using coal, the problem of air pollution does not arise. Also, if sufficient nuclear fuel is available, they can be good source of electric energy. If they are having a sufficient amount of nuclear fuel, if they are having a sufficient amount of nuclear fuel, they can be a good source of electric energy. However, there are few problems associated with the nuclear power generation. They are having some problems with the nuclear power generation. When they are generating nuclear power, they have faced some problems. Let's see those problems. First, the products after fission of nuclear fuel are also radioactive and emit harmful radiation. After the fusion of nuclear fuel, some products are remaining. So those products are also radioactive and they emit harmful radiation. Those products are called as nuclear waste. The remaining products are called as nuclear waste. They are also radioactive and harmful, and they are having harmful radiation. They emit harmful radiation. So they are very harmful to everyone. How to dispose those nuclear waste safely is a big challenge before the scientists. So how to dispose those waste properly was a very big deal, very big task or challenge for the scientist. So this was the first problem. The second one is, an accident in the nuclear power plant can be very fatal. An accident in the nuclear power plant can be very big. It can cause very big harm. So this is because the accident may result in the release of very harmful radiation. If some accidents occur in the nuclear power plant, it can release a very harmful radiation, which is not good for anyone. So it can cause very fatal problem, very big problem. Okay students. Next we are going to learn about the power generation plant based on the energy of natural gas. First we have done the thermal energy waste and electric power stations, power plant based on the nuclear fusions. Now we are going to learn about power generation plant based on the energy of natural gas. Those are based on the energy of natural gas. In this plant, the turbine is run by the gas at very high temperature. The turbine is run by the gas at very high temperature and pressure generated by the combustion of the natural gas. A flow chart shows various stages in the power generation plant based on the natural gas. Energy shown in figure 5.12. You will understand this chart, this flow chart. But before understanding that, you have to learn this. Then you will understand. There are 3 main sections in this type of plant. How many sections? 3 main sections. Keep it in mind. There are 3 main sections in this type of plant. Pressurized air is introduced in the combustion chamber using a compressor. In combustion chamber, a pressurized air is introduced यूजिंग कंप्रेशर का यूज़ करके प्रेशराइज गैस वो किस में एंटर करते हैं? कंबस्टिंग चैम्बर में. सो द प्रेशराइज्ड एयर इज इंट्रोड्यूस्ड इन द कंबस्टिंग चैम्बर यूजिंग अ कंप्रेशर. इन दिस कंबस्टिंग चैम्बर द नेचुरल गैस बर्न्स इन द प्रेजेंस ऑफ एयर. इसमें जो भी नेचुरल गैस है वो बर्न हो जाती है. क्यों बर्न हो जाती है? बिकॉज द प्रेजेंस ऑफ द एयर, those gas get burns. The gas at very high temperature and pressure generate in this chamber runs to the turbine. जो गैस इसमें जनरेट होती है हाई टेम्परेचर और प्रेशर पे, that runs into the gas turbine. This turbine then drives the generator to produce electric energy. Okay, I'll explain you again. The pressurized air is introduced in the combustion chamber. जो इसमें pressurized air होता है वो किस में इंट्रोड्यूस होता है, किस में जाता है, combustion chamber में. किसकी हेल्प से, कंप्रेशर की हेल्प से. The pressurized air is introduced into combustion chamber using a compressor. In this combustion chamber, the natural gas burn in presence of air. The natural gas which is present in this is burned in the presence of air. The gas at very high temperature and pressure generated in this chamber, जो इसमें गैस जनरेट होती है हाई टेम्परेचर और प्रेशर पे, वो किसमें जाती है, दैट गो रन्स इनटू गैस टर्बिन, एंड दिस टर्बिन ड्राइव्स टू द जनरेटर टू प्रोड्यूस इलेक्ट्रिक एनर्जी. So step by step transformation of energy in this plant is shown in the figure 5.13. This flow chart you have to learn. What is given in this flow chart? The efficiency of this type of power generation plant is higher than that of power generation plant based on the coal. These are based on the natural gas. So the efficiency of this type of power generation is higher as compared to the coal one. These power plants are based on, this power generation are based on natural gas. So their efficiency is more as compared to those based on the coal. Moreover, since the natural gas does not contain sulfur, burning of natural gas result in less pollution. If they contain sulfur, that will cause more pollution. But they does not contain sulfur, so burning of natural gas does not create a large amount of pollution. It creates very less pollution. Okay students, the power plant based on the natural gas you can observe on the next diagram. This is the power plant based on the natural gas. This is gas turbine, this is generator, electric energy, emission of the hot gas, combustion chamber and fuel. Okay students, you can observe this picture carefully. You will get to know about the power plant based on the natural gas. Next topic is electric energy generation and environment. What do you have to learn in this? Let's see. Electricity generation based on fossil fuels like coal. What they are generating? Electricity. So the electricity generation based on the fossil fuels like coal, natural gas and nuclear fuels like uranium and plutonium. Uranium and plutonium are not environment friendly. They are not environment friendly or eco friendly. They are not eco friendly. It means that if electrical energy is generated using these fuels, it can lead to environmental degradation. What they are explaining, if electricity is generating based on the fuels like coal, natural gas or nuclear fuels like uranium and plutonium, they are not eco friendly. They are not environment friendly. That means it can cause environmental degradation. If the electrical energy generated using this fuel, it can lead to the environmental degradation. Some points are given. Let's see. First, we have seen that burning of fossil fuels like coal and natural gas leads to emission of certain gas and soot particles. We have seen many times that fuels like coal and natural gas, they emit some gases, certain gases and soot particles. This result in air pollution. Whatever gas are emitted by this burning of these fuels, they emit certain gases and particles which cause air pollution. Incomplete combustion of fuels lead to formation of carbon monoxide. If complete combustion is done, then it's okay. But if incomplete combustion of fuel, there is an incomplete means they are not combust completely. So the incomplete combustion of fuels lead the formation of carbon monoxide. It adversely affect our health. What they affect? They affect our health. Increase in presence of carbon dioxide in the air due to burning of fuel affect environmental severely. It affect our health, and also if there is a percentage of carbon dioxide in the air is increased, if the percentage of carbon dioxide in the air is increased, it affects environment. The phenomena of global warming is an example of this. The global warming is the example of this. Nitrogen dioxide generated due to the burning of fuel. What they are generating? Nitrogen dioxide with the help of burning of fuels like coal, diesel, petrol, etc. Lead to problem like acid rain. जो भी नाइट्रोजन डाइऑक्साइड कैसे जनरेट होता है? बर्निंग ऑफ फ्यूल से. तो जो ये फ्यूल्स जलते लाइक कोल, डीजल, पेट्रोल एक्सेट्रा, ये क्या करते हैं? दे लीड टू प्रॉब्लम्स ऑफ एसिड रेन. दे कैन कॉज द प्रॉब्लम ऑफ एसिड rain. Soot particles generated due to incomplete burning of fossil fuels cause air pollution. As I already explained you, the soot particles and certain gases result in the air pollution. It can lead to problems related to respiratory system like asthma. इससे क्या हो सकता है? जो भी हमारे रेस्पिरेटरी सिस्टम्स के लिए प्रॉब्लम क्रिएट कर सकता है. फॉर एग्जाम्पल अस्थमा. अंडरस्टूड? समझा? Once again you can read this point. Now the second point is, it took millions of years for the formation of fossil fuels like coal, crude oil and natural gases, LPG and CNG. Okay, how many years? It took millions of years. Also the reserve of these fuels are limited. They are also present in the limited quantity. They are going to deplete in future. They are going to what? They are going to finish in the future. It is said that with the current speed of their use, why that will finish? Because we are using it very speedily. It is said that with the current speed of their use, the coal reserve in the world would last for another about 200 years or so, and the natural gas reserve for about 200 or 300 years. जिस स्पीड से हम लोग यूज़ कर रहे हैं, बट ऑब्वियस वो फिनिश हो जाएगा. ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा 100-200 साल 300 साल तक चलेगा बस. उसके बाद तो फिनिश हो जाएगा. मतलब फ्यूचर में आपकी जो आगे की जनरेशन है उनके लिए अवेलेबल नहीं रहेगा. क्यों अवेलेबल नहीं रहेगा? क्योंकि अब हमें कहीं पे भी जाना है तो हम लोग अपनी बाइक से, गाड़ी से, इसी से जाते हैं. वी आर नॉट यूजिंग पब्लिक व्हीकल, वी आर यूजिंग प्राइवेट व्हीकल. तो जिस स्पीड में हम लोग यूज़ कर रहे हैं, बट ऑब्वियस इन फ्यूचर में वो ख़त्म ही हो जाएगा. दिस इज अनदर प्रॉब्लम. नाउ थर्ड पॉइंट, वी हैव ऑल्सो डिस्कस्ड about the problems in use of nuclear energy like the disposal of nuclear waste. You know that the nuclear waste can cause health problem और उसका disposal भी बहुत easy नहीं है. And the possibility of disaster due to the accident in nuclear power plant. इसके बारे में भी हमने पढ़ा कि न्यूक्लियर पावर प्लांट में उससे जो एक्सीडेंट्स हो सकता है उससे भी इन्वायरमेंट में कितना प्रॉब्लम हो सकता है. करेक्ट? Considering all these points, it can be said that energy generation from fossil fuel and nuclear fuels are not environment friendly. तो ये सारे पॉइंट पढ़ने के बाद हम लोग क्या बोल सकते हैं? जो एनर्जी जनरेट होगी वो फॉसिल फ्यूल और न्यूक्लियर फ्यूल से जनरेट करना इको फ्रेंडली नहीं है, इन्वायरमेंटल फ्रेंडली नहीं है. ओके स्टूडेंट्स, नेक्स्ट टॉपिक इज hydroelectric energy. What? Hydroelectric energy. In hydroelectric power plant, the potential energy of water stored in the dam is converted into kinetic energy. The potential energy of water is converted into kinetic energy by allowing it to fall from greater height. एक हाइट से जब पानी गिरता है तो उसमें जो पोटेंशियल एनर्जी होती है वो किस में कन्वर्ट हो जाती है? काइनेटिक एनर्जी में. लेट्स सी. Kinetic energy in flowing water or the potential energy in the water reservoirs is a conventional source of energy. The kinetic energy which is there in flowing water or the potential energy in water reservoirs is a conventional source of energy. They are the conventional source of energy. In hydroelectric power plant, the potential energy in water stored in the dam is converted into the kinetic energy of water. The potential energy is converted into the kinetic energy. Fast flowing is brought from the dam to the turbine at the bottom of the dam. The kinetic energy of the flowing water drives to the turbine, and the turbine in turn drives generator to generate the electricity. The kinetic energy of the flowing water drives to the turbines at the bottom of the dam, where at the bottom of the dam, which in turn drive to the generator to produce the electricity. You can see in the flow chart. This flow chart you have to learn. So I hope you understood the hydroelectric energy. Okay, students.